And I know she's here. Good time tonight. Okay. Penny stories.
Oh, no, Penny.
Inside, we're going to do it.
Young Stephan.
Hi.
Rest in peace, Penny. God bless you.
Penny, we miss you already.
God bless Penny.
Your laugh is just contagious. I will always miss that.
To Penny. We love you, Jerry.
Good, huh?
Oh, there's an airplane over there.
Penny, we love you.
There's a lot of pride.
We love you, Penny.
These complexes built up. All the businesses within it.
And Jerry, now we'll be your pain and the you know what.
Yeah.
See you then.
All of us.
Bye, honey.
No making the cameraman shake. It affects the video.
Stevie's done he did a wonderful video thing of the old bridge and the new bridge going up. Yeah, it's a video on YouTube and it starts off with the old bridge, photograph that being built, you know, and then coming down, and then the new one getting built on like Passport, you know. Some good photographs.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming. Penny would be honored and pleased with the turnout of all her good friends and family from in-state, out-of-state, from the higher ranks of life and the lower echelons of life. We love everybody equally, and we're equal opportunity lovers. And I just want to say thank you to the kitchen crew, the owners, Matt and Mike. And certainly to all of our friends in the restaurant community that have supported me in trying to pay tribute to Penny here today.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody's efforts. Penny loved you all. Everybody that's in this room probably has a story about Penny. And you're welcome to come up and hold this microphone, look in the general direction of the camera, and tell tall tales about my bride. And I'm going to give this microphone to Stephan to adjust things, and then we're going to start in. So, don't go away.
Okay, folks, we're going to have people come up and share their stories about Penny, but right where Jerry is now is right in front of the camera, and that's where we want to keep this clear, okay? So the video is good. So, that's it. You want to come through now from this side?
All the camera shy people, come on through. Stephan, Sean. Yeah, that's good. Stephan?
Okay, folks, we're going to start now. Would you like back to Jerry? Anyone who wants quiet, please. Quiet, please. Quiet, please.
Shut the hell up!
Shut the hell up. Okay.
Everybody, the idea of this is that we just, politely pass the baton around and stand here. You come to me to tell the story right here. I'm going to start off with Penny's favorite toast. This was Penny's favorite toast. All of you know Penny. You know that she's capable of saying this. Cover the young children's ears, please. This is for you, Penny. Here's to the girl with little red shoes. She'll spend all your money and drink all your booze. She ain't got her cherry, but that's no sin. She's still got the box the cherry come in. Who's next? Who would like to step up?
I almost shoots today.
Okay, so we know that a lot of people from all walks of life that had contact with Penny. Step right up. Peg Gerard, did you bring the harmonica?
Jerry, you told me to bring it.
I told you to bring your effing harmonica.
Bring it.
Jerry, tell people mic close. Get the mic close.
Mic close like this.
And speak up.
I gotta check my.
She's checking her harmonics. Now, I'd like to preface this by saying that for many a year, Penny and I were living up in New Hampshire, and on our birthdays, we'd get this phone call around 9:30, 10 o'clock at night from someone who obviously had been drinking some glog.
In Connecticut.
And from Connecticut, and she would play the harmonica, some in unintelligible tune, and then sing us happy birthday. So, in honor of Penny, is Peg Gerard.
And I'm going to need you to hold the mic.
I'm holding the mic.
Penny, this is for you and Jerry. For years, probably since high school, I played, it's the only song I know on the harmonica. This harmonica was also given to me by Sister Mary, who lived next door. But I know one song, and it's the Swedish birthday song, Jag viska hon liva, jag viska hon liva, jag viska hon liva, Jon Radio. Because my mother's from Sweden, which means may you live to be over 100. And so I terrorize them, literally terrorize them with this on every birthday. And it goes like this. Wait. I know I'm full of hot air, but right today I'm not too upset. Yeah, okay, here we go.
Down low.
Any of the sisters have a story to share? Oh, liar. Head's on fire.
I can't think of one.
Who's next? Come on, Kathy, how about a golf story?
Come on, Sid.
Penny was a true member of the Lions Club in golf. True member.
Penny and I spent many days on the golf course. We met because I worked at Pease, and I actually knew Jerry first, but Penny got jealous of us golfing, so I had to golf with her.
Quiet, please!
But Penny had this particular form, and I had to tell her about it on the tee. She'd get up to the ball, and and I'd say, stop with the football feet already. Plant yourself. She goes, what do you mean by that? I said, spread your legs a little.
She knew that.
Shoulder width. Shoulder width. Bend your knees a little and keep your eye on the ball and follow through. Another good friend that actually came to visitation yesterday used to say, Penny, visit the ball, don't spend too much time with it. Because she used to stand over the ball a lot, and she also used to dip. But the other thing was, you know how her vision was, especially after a few years ago? We always had to watch. She goes, come on, Kath, you got to watch the ball for me. Oh, great. Nice. Because you never knew where it was going to go. But she got so she hit it pretty straight, and she was a lot of fun. She was a really good friend.
She was a hacker.
She could hit the ball.
She had her good drives, Jerry.
She did have her good drives. And she really loved it if she outdrove me. Which? Yes.
Jerry.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Jerry, should we tell about Friday when we were visiting her at hospice?
Yes.
Jared goes to give her a kiss, and she says, bye. And he says,
She says, you can go.
well, that was she says, he said I wasn't leaving. She goes, no, you can go. And Kathy can go too.
Yeah, she had other appointments evidently on her social calendar.
We were part of it. We were given our walking papers. course.
What I really liked about it, just showed some spunk still, right to the end, with Penny, you know? She just still had that edge to her that we all grew to accept over time.
Hey, Jerry, hold on. And who did she say could stay when they got this
and we were ousted in favor of Paul and Pam, by the way. And thank you. I just want to say this. If there are any bartenders in the crowd, how many times did Penny tell you how to make her cocktail? Two hands in the crowd. Jesus, I learned years ago, you want a good cocktail, don't tell your bartender how to make the cocktail. You tell them once and it's done. But no, Penny always told him, I like it heavier on the vodka, easy on the Kulu. I don't like milk so much, I'm lactose intolerant, whatever. She always had a reason for trying to explain her cocktail to the bartender who had made her drink 72 months in a row, you know? Just, you know, really not much explanation due. But she she'd also do a lot of good things for everybody. And she always made everybody smile.
Microphone.
Yeah, microphone. You want me to eat the microphone? No, thank you. No, I've had a few tequilas. I might take you up on that. Listen, I would like somebody from the professional world.
No, Jared just said she always remembered everybody's birthday.
Oh, she remembered everybody's birthday, everybody's locker combination.
She sent my husband Tommy a 60th birthday card when she was in Portsmouth Regional Hospital. She dated, she addressed the return address, PRH. And I love that. She sent him a funny card and she wrote in it, and her handwriting was kind of shaky at the time, but it brings a tear to my eye because I love that. I had a dog that I had to put down while she was in the hospital. She sent me a card. She was the most thoughtful person in my whole life. She never forgot an anniversary or a birthday. She always was there for us, had to make it special. She always thought of us and not herself on those special occasions, and we loved her very much, and we're going to miss her.
Yeah.
And she made me wear a sheet driving from Kittery once to a toga party at Desmond. Okay, in the middle of winter, and I'm just driving along going, there better be some other people wearing a goddamn sheet.
Hopefully it wasn't
There were.
windy.
There were a lot of people wearing sheets. Okay, who's next? Come on, somebody step up.
Tell her the ticket story. Tell her the ticket story.
Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, before you do, I have a story about how Penny and I really first got together. We had mutual friends in Boston in the North End, and I was working in restaurants, and Penny was working in restaurants, but we didn't really know each other. But she sublet an apartment from our friends Gary Schneewind, try spelling that, and Chris Pearsall, who's here today. In all that, I was going through a divorce. I was having a bad time. I kept coming by late night, kind of on the reason of seeing Garrett and Chris, but really it was, I was interested in Penny a little bit too. So one night I stopped in, late night, knocked on the little apartment door and asked if she answered the door. She says, Garrett and Chris aren't here. I said, well, I'm not really here to see Garrett and Chris. So she was kind of stunned by that, taken aback. We just sat and talked that night and had a cocktail, and I went on my way. And so she knew that my favorite band in the world was Little Feat. Yeah. So Little Feat was coming to the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. It was after Lowell George, the lead singer of the band, had died. I thought Lowell George dead, Lowell Memorial Auditorium, kind of a natural. So Penny says to me, I think I can get tickets. I said, how are you going to get tickets for you? She says, well, my brother-in-law, Charlie, he can get tickets, he's got a buddy. I said, well, whatever, give it a shot. She calls right away. This is before, you know, the new phones and all that shit. I think the thing was the size of a walkie-talkie or something, you know? And so she calls Charlie. Charlie says, yeah, I can get tickets. And she goes, can you get the best tickets in the house? He goes, well, that depends. Is this guy going to marry you? Right? I say, give me the phone. I get on the phone, I go, depends how good those tickets are. So he gets me second row tickets. I blame him. I swear to God, I blame that man.
We're all here because of me.
In the long run, I love you, Charlie, for that. Love you too. Okay? But you know, I want you to know, first balcony, I still was falling for Penny. Alright? You know,
I wish I had known.
The tickets were Charlie, come on, you got a story. Come on, Charlie.
Let's take a break so people can
Alright, we're going to take a break so people can cross line and pee.
Alright, come on in, folks.
Here, I shut off, Steve. Yeah, I shut it off. You were in there.
Sorry,
I don't know, you're going to ask them over there.
You're in the time.
Pat.
Hi, I'm Sloan Kelly and...
Quiet! Hi, Sloan!
Hi, Jerry! And I have been best friends with Penny since we were 5 years old. So what's that, 34 years? And Penny was the best friend I've ever had. Now, this isn't going to be funny. I'm sorry. I was going to say this at the funeral. And it's more just to talk about how wonderful she was. My earliest memories were when Penny lived in Valley Forge in Darien. We grew up in Darien together. And it was the most beautiful home, and Penny and I were always outdoors with the German Shepherds and Willie the Pug, and Ama, who came with the family from Caracas and took care of the family, would chase us everywhere, yelling in Spanish. I can only imagine what she was saying. We put her through an awful lot. But Penny adored her animals, loved animals, and I know that when her 3 pugs came to see her before she passed away, that made her very, very happy, along with her sisters, her family, and everyone she loved, because she loved really, really deeply. She loved very deeply. Penny's mother, who was also Penelope, owned a beautiful store in downtown Darien called Penny Muir's. And Penny and I would go there after school every day, and we had so much fun. And we would sit at sidewalk sales and get sunburns and watch the Stepford wives pass by and laugh, as she and I always struggled with our weight. Then Penny moved to Brookside, and our properties joined each other. And she and I would sit at a stream that was between our properties, and we shared so much there. Things I can't talk about, but also wonderful. And Chi-Chi, I have to say, I don't need to say any of the funny things, because you were all there. You chased us down the driveway when we were in the orange bus, searched our car, all kinds of stuff. I'm sure you were there. But she loved her mother so very, very, very much, and she emulated her mother. When she spoke, you could hear her. And her mother's passing away was very, very hard for Penny. And I don't think there was a day that she didn't talk about her. I'm sorry, I'm shaking. She's the very best friend anyone could ever have. Through ups and downs, occasional downs, she was always up. She always looked at the brightest side of everything. She had some tough times. But she didn't care about that. She more wanted to know how you were. What were you doing? She was just an incredible life. Her laughter was infectious, her charm invigorating, and her sense of humor overwhelming. I am blessed to have had her as my best friend, and I will carry her in my heart forever. And I am so grateful to have had her, as the priest said in the beginning. Aren't we so lucky to have her in our life? Thanks, Marblehead.
Okay.
It's going to be a duet for Penny. This is Chris Pearsall. Chris actually introduced Penny and Joe. All right. And I was Penny's maid of honor at her wedding. lovely speech just now. Said Penny had a great love for animals. Great love for animals. So we're going to tell you about an animal Penny didn't love. Okay, so I'm going to let Chris take the story from there.
Well, Jerry told you that we had a friend, Garrett Stephan, and I ended up in Arizona with Garrett for a summer, and I came back and Penny had sublet into the apartment in the North End. And I brought back a little friend of mine. It was a 7-inch brown Mexican tarantula called Regis. And Regis was a really good friend of mine, really good friend of Garrett, and he got away in the apartment. And we were only there for a day, and then we had to go out to South Carolina, and we forgot to mention to Penny that there had been a tarantula escaping in the apartment. And the following day, she was out partying, and the next morning she woke up, and I'll let Janice tell you the rest.
Then I got a phone call, and I don't like spiders, and tarantulas, forget about it. So I get a frantic phone call from Penelope saying, there's a tarantula in my apartment. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, what are you smoking? Are you sure? And she said, yeah, there's a tarantula in here. And she said, can you help me? And I said, I don't think so. I'm afraid of spiders. I can't help you. So she said, okay, I gotta figure this out. I'll call you back. So about 5 minutes later, she called me back and she said, I got a vacuum cleaner. And I said to her, you're gonna vacuum the tarantula? And she said, no, I'm gonna beat it to death.
So at that point, she took the Electrolux beater bar and proceeded to pound Regis into about 5,000 pieces on the ground. And she proceeded to call me and Garrett down South Carolina and read us the riot act with words that nobody in this room should hear, over and over again at the top of her screeching lungs. So that is my one and only animal story. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Debbie, and I am Jerry's first cousin, and we met Penny when Jerry fell in love with her. And at the time, our children were very young. And Penny is a person, here's to you, Penny, a person full of love, and I think passion. There wasn't anything Penny did small level. She always was big and brilliant and robust, just like all the flowers that were there today to represent her. So when our children were little and we were celebrating Christmas, Penny, having grown up in Venezuela, would chase them around the house, yelling, "Chi, chi, 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 chi," and anything else in Spanish she could think of. The kids didn't know what she was doing, it's just she was chasing them all over the house. She knew, the kids knew that she loved them, always, from the time they were little. And this week, when we went to hospice, I was so impressed with the fact that Penny was fading in and out of consciousness, but every person that came in, and Deb can tell that this is the truth, every person that came in, she woke right up, she knew them by name, she said, "I love you, give me a kiss." And they would have to go over and give her a kiss. When I went into the hospital the week before, Ryan and I went in together, and Penny was there, and she was not doing so well. And the nurse came in, and she was a cute little blonde, just about the age of Ryan, and she leant down to fix batteries in one of the gizmos that was connected to Penny. And as she leant down, Penny said to her, "See the guy in the corner? He's single." Her face was so pink. And I went, "Penny?" And the nurse said, "Every day she gives me a hard time." And I went, "Hey, welcome to the club." I look over at Ryan, and Ryan's being ever so cool. So we stayed with Penny as long as we could. And as we were leaving, Penny goes, "Oh, another 10-minute visitor." And we were there, half hour to 45 minutes, but in Penny's world, that was like 10 minutes. So as we were leaving, she said to Ryan, "Go out, go out." And as we came around the nurse's corner, sure enough, that little nurse was checking out my son. And if Penny were still here, they would probably be together. Here's to you, Penny.
So Jerry asked for the professional group. Debbie May, you have to come right with us. My name is Susan Treleaven. I'm a realtor and very proud of it. And I used to work with Penny Walsh, thank you very much. And behind me are a bunch of realtors and professional people who used to work with Penny. And so here we are representing. And I gotta tell you, I'm sitting in the bullpen and I'm in my little cubicle and this woman sits down next to me and it's Penny Walsh. I couldn't make a phone call. I couldn't think. I couldn't do, because Penny was sitting to my right and she was loud. She was beautiful and she was loud.
Let me also say, these were the days when we didn't have cell phones, we were landline.
Landline only.
And Penny was acting, she'd be going back 8 different feet with this landline across the bullpen.
It's called walk and talk. When you have a line, you only go so far, and you go right behind me. I loved her to death. I absolutely loved her to death. And I have one person on the planet Earth who calls me, she was loud, I still loved her to death. I have one person on the planet Earth who calls me a very special nickname, and Penny picked it up and she never, ever, ever stopped calling me it. Denise is nodding, so she's going to tell you what it is.
I don't know your nickname.
Oh, okay. Denise is going to tell you her nickname.
My nickname's Boom Boom.
Can you imagine Penny calling someone Boom Boom?
Excuse me, one of 2 Boom Booms, because Cody and Ellen's daughter Lauren, who's now 24 or so, when she was 2, was known as Boom Boom because she projectile vomited across the room.
So as I said at the beginning, my name is Susan Treleaven, and my dear friend Grace Drapo calls me 7-Eleven, and Penny always, always, always called me 7-Eleven. Here's to you, Penny. All the best. Miss you dearly. Love you.
Okay, anyone wants to come in, come on in.
Hey, Penny!
We're going to wait for Penny.
Bless. Watch over us from heaven, Penny.
Cigarette? Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like, but I felt, you know, I was like, I didn't remember to see that.
Jerry actually worked in I said, good. If you were doing well and, you know, if you were doing well and had a job or whatever, sure I would. You know, it's just, you
Can I toast Penny?
Yes, you can.
Penny, this scotch is for you. I know you'd approve. That's it.
Tommy. Is Tommy there?
You're catching us on wild combat video?
Awesome. You're doing a great job.
I just introduced
Maybe I'll pull my harmonica
everybody.
out again and try the song again.
And Steve behind the camera is Steve Smith. Behind the camera. He already told the story, I believe, Stephen. Did you?
No, I haven't yet. No.
Well, he's got a great story about how he met Penny.
Oh, good. I can't wait to hear that.
He's a regular in town. And Penny and I first met him when he lived above us on Court Street. 54
Oh,
Court
really?
Street. No, really, check please. 1 and 2. You know what Penny would say? Jerry's got the check. Yes, it's on Jerry's tab.
Okay, I'm not much for public speaking, but a great Penny story. Jerry and Penny used to live above me, or no, below me. Below me on Court Street when I was when I was a tenant of Remy LaBelle, right next to the Sights Inn. So I've been up there for a couple of years, and Jerry and Penny moved in. And one day, I worked from home, I had my own business, and it was one day, midday, I can't remember when it was. I hear this blood-curdling scream, repeatedly, over and over. And I've told this story so many times that I've embellished it, and Jerry corrected me and brought it back to reality. But anyway, I'm upstairs on the 3rd floor, and blood-curdling makes it sound like gospel music. It was the most horrific thing I've ever heard in my life, and I'm not exaggerating. I thought a woman was getting raped and murdered beneath me. So I run out of my apartment. There's a whole back deck thing outside, and I run downstairs to Penny's place, and I don't even knock. I run in the door, and I expect to see a murderer with a knife, and there's a broken fish tank with wobbly fish on the floor, and she's trying to collect them all. And it was like, it was sad that the fish, but I was so glad that she was okay. And that's how I met Penny and Jerry. Jerry?
I'm right here.
All right, introduce Dave.
Thank you, Stephen. You know, what I really loved about all these stories. You got a story? Okay. All right, before I get into Save Your Iron, John Houghton has been kind of a living legend around this town for years. At least in his own mind. But I just want to say, before I do this, that John has, he turned me down to be my best man at first, and I talked him into it. And Jan Richards, who is left, Penny asked to be her maid of honor, and she turned her down. And we both talked them into doing it, because we thought that they were the right people to do it. Let me explain. No. A technical foul! After 20 years, this is a serious moment, after 20 years, Penny and I are going through the worst time of our lives. And two of the closest people to us, not the exclusively, but two people who were very close to us and there to support us, were John Houghton and Jan Richards. So I'd just like to say that we obviously 20 years ago made the right decision.
Yeah.
So here's to you. You can make the phone and you're next to the stage.
I want to tell them the night you and I met, it was the morning, it was about 4 a.m.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one.
Because I'm going to lead in and you're going to finish.
Okay.
So Penny and I worked at the Abenaki Country Club together. It was New Year's Eve. And we got through the night and we back then you party with the people. So we closed up and most of the people had left, but there was 4 of us left. I think there was a waitress. Penny was either bartending with me or waitress, but there were 4 of us left. So we partied all night. We had a good time after the party. So we came out to the parking lot because Penny was waiting. Jerry was waiting for Penny. And
at home.
Was it at home?
At home, yeah. You drove up to my driveway.
Oh, at home.
Let's hear your version.
So So I believe, did I get out of the car? Did you get out of the car?
Yeah, you were in my apartment.
Oh, okay. I'm going to let Jerry finish this. I lead you into it, but he can finish really strong.
All right, so here's the scenario. So this guy I've never met comes in with my girlfriend, not fiance or wife yet, but Penny's got a low-cut V-neck sweater on with her ample bosom, and she's got glitter all over herself in the crevasse, so to speak. And Hody, she introduced me to John Hody. They'd both been drinking Grand Marnier and some Heinekens or whatever it was, but his whole bald head was covered in glitter. So here I am going, glitter tits, glitter head, what's going on? Who the hell is this guy? Well, here we are years later, and John Houghton has obviously passed the glitter test.
Yeah, there's not much I have to say about Penny that everyone doesn't know. She had a heart the size of Manhattan, and man, good and bad times, she was always there for anybody else. And we love her, we miss her, of course, and don't forget her, which I don't think you will. God bless her.
All right. On that note, we're going to end this. I just want to say that 26 years ago when Penny and I came to town, we loved Portsmouth. It was a vibrant community, and we really enjoyed what was going on in this town. But the first band we saw ever at the Codfish was Savoy Truffle for $3. Savoy Truffle for $3, okay? Nowadays, I can go to Grill 28 at Pease and see him for nothing. His career has regressed slightly, but we've always loved Dave Gerard. He is one of the sweetest singing guys ever. He has done gigs with Bill Payne, the keyboard player from Little Feat, which is my favorite band ever. And he sings a song that Penny and I have always loved to hear, and it's called 30 Robins. And he's going to play this for you to end this little repartee. All right? So without further ado, Dave Gerard playing 30 Robins in memory of Penny. All right? Thank you for coming, everybody.
And it's a springtime song for some of the best music lovers I know. These guys have been great supporters of live music, and cheers to Penny.
All right, David.
Jerry's going to be my mic stand.
I am. I'm going to be my mic stand. Where do you want me?
Right wherever you feel is good.
Yeah.
That felt good. 30 robins hanging around my yard. 30 robins, would this be my trunk card? 30 robins, I'm waiting here to see the mojo they might have in store for me. It was a day just like any day. I was out to know that luck might come my way. But after a spell, all the well running dry, a burning question to me was why. They usually travel in pairs of 2 or 4. Sometimes alone, hardly ever more. But is it a sign of magic in the air, pulling me in or telling me beware? 30 robins hanging around my yard. 30 robins, could this be my trunk card? 30 robins, I'm waiting here to see the mojo they might have in store for me. Oh yeah. There was a time I was feeling lost. I was buried in detail and getting double-crossed. Similar notion we all know too well. A legend now said Robin breaks that spell. Oh, bring along song about a blue. A growing voice sings inside of you. It's a springtime visit, temporary stay. And send me a moonbeam to help me on my way. 30 robins hanging around my yard. 30 robins, this be my trump card. 30 robins, y'all. I'm waiting here to see the mojo that Penny has for me. One just like another, sing a song to me. Words like no other, they try to set me free. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh. In a world that's moving way too fast, it's getting harder to make the good things last. Just remember the connection to us all. When one of us slips, y'all, we all take the fall. 30 robins hanging around my yard. 30 robins, could this be my trump card? 30 robins, I'm waiting here to see the mojo Jerry has on me. Whoa. 30 robins hanging around my yard. 30 robins, could this be my trump card? 30 robins, y'all. I'm waiting here to see the mojo maybe have in store for me.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you. Please, if you have not, tip the crap out of your staff. Tip the crap out of your staff. All right? Okay. Penny would have loved this. You know, she's smiling from above on us, and I will gladly share this video as soon as I can with everybody. Thank you.
Jerry. This is my love for Penny. Penny and I knew each other when we were in our teens. And although we were just, you know, kind of bar hopping and hey, how you doing? We finally became buds when I started working at Ansor. Answer International was a beer distributor, which Penny worked at, and I was a what do you call office temp. Yeah. And one day they gave me a job there, and they gave me a desk, and I start working, and all of a sudden I hear my name, Suzanne. What are you doing here? And I look, and it's Penny. And she said, are you here to have lunch with me? And I thought, have lunch with you? Well, I'll have lunch with you. But I'm working. And that was the beginning of a great relationship. I loved her. I loved her for many reasons. She was an inspiration to me. She was outgoing and I wasn't. She was able to say things that I could never think of saying. I'm going to miss her terribly. I have many, many memories. And all I want is to make more. I love you, Jerry, for being in her life. I love that she was in mine. And I'll love her forever until we meet again. We'll all be together. Thanks, Jerry. Thank you for a beautiful day.
You did so good, I'm crying.
Did I?